Hello everyone. Oh, what weather we've had this week, haven't we? Did you feel the wind on Sunday? It was blowing so hard, wasn't it? And then we've had sunshine and maybe even a little bit of rain this week. I'm not so sure if I can remember. But I've got a story today about a really, really windy time. Oh my goodness, it was. Let me tell you, it's down here. Now, Jesus had been very, very busy. He'd been talking to all the people and he was quite tired. So he said to his disciples, let's go out in our boat and we will go and get away from all the crowds. And he was so tired. He lay down to sleep. And the gentle rocking of the boat on the lovely calm sea just rocked him to sleep. I wonder if you could imagine that you're sitting in a boat now and it's just gently rocking. But suddenly a big wind came up and the waves started to move everything and the water casted a splash over into the boat and there was thunder and lightning and it was a big storm and the boat was going this way and that way and all the disciples were really scared and they got up and they ran and they said, wake up, Jesus, wake up, we're really scared, help us, help us. But Jesus just stood up and he said, what's going on? Don't you trust me? I'm here in the boat with you. And he looked up and he said to the clouds, be still. And to the waves, be still, be calm. And the whole boat just stopped rocking and stopped everything and everything was calm again. And the disciples just sat there and they said, wow, this Jesus is amazing. Even the wind and the rain and the sea obey him and do what he says. He's amazing. And we know that, don't we? We know that Jesus is amazing and he could do that. He made that storm just disappear by telling them. And those disciples learned a very important lesson that day, that they needed to trust Jesus. If Jesus was with them, then they would be safe all the time. And I think that's a really important thing to remember. But would you like to make a little craft with me? I thought we might make a little storm in a jar. So for this, you'll need an empty jar. It can be a plastic one. I've just got a glass one, but a plastic one would probably be better. You need some oil and some water and a little bit of food colouring. Now, in order to get a little bit, I thought it would be a good idea just to put my little cocktail stick in so that I just get a little tiny bit. You don't want this water to be too dark. So if you pour about half a jar full of water, just about that much, it's about half. And then just dip your stick into your food colouring if you've got some, and then wrap it around and keep dipping until it's a nice pale blue. You don't want it too dark, otherwise you won't see anything. I think just a little bit more. There we are. That's a nice blue colour. Oh, go on, just a little bit more. There we go. That's a lovely blue colour. I'm going to put it here so it doesn't touch mine. And then just want, oh, can't get the lid off my oil. About, not quite, where the half is, about half that gap you need to fill with oil. So just pour it in until it's about there. Now, if you can have a look through, something very magical has happened, hasn't it? I'm coming down. Where the oil sits on the water, there's a gap. It's just like the sea is perfectly still. But as the wind comes and it starts to mix around, we get a huge storm and you can go round and round and round and get the storm. And then when you let it go, and it was just like Jesus said, be still, be calm. And if you're very quiet and very still, look what happens. It goes back to being calm again. And if you wait completely, all the bubbles will go and you can have a calm sea. And it's like the oil is the sky, and that's the sea. And I wonder this week if you can have a think about other weather. What kind of weather are there? Does the weather make you feel like different things? Are you happy on a sunny day? And do you feel like crying on a rainy day? Does it make any difference? I tell you what else you could do. You could make your settee into a boat, and you could imagine that you are sailing just like Jesus and his disciples were, or maybe you would be sailing to a far off land, and you could have all kinds of adventures. But have a little think about the weather this week. And I'm just going to pray now, and we're going to thank God for the weather and thank God that Jesus is so amazing. Even the weather listens to him and does what he asks. Jesus, we thank you that you are so amazing. The wind and the rain and the storms can listen to you and they can stop just because you've asked them to. And we thank you that you are so amazing. You are all powerful and you are wonderful. And we thank you for all the different kinds of weather. And we thank you that you are in control. Amen. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you next week. Bye.